To first thought, right? I just want to flat out and say this. Thank you so much for those of you that have subscribed to my YouTube channel, that have liked my YouTube channel, that has stayed around, actively watched my videos. I just want to say thank you very much for that. Because the interesting thing about this is I really enjoy making videos, which is a really, really funny thing. Like, I really enjoy making YouTube videos, and that's what I found out in this year. Um, on top of everything that, the multiple complexities that I've gone through this year that have changed me in so many different kinds of ways, which I'll get to a little bit later, I've just enjoyed this year so much. And I just wanted to say thank you very much, for that and for joining here and for just like coming over to this journey. I mean, for nearly getting my subscriber count as an example to like almost the 300% increase is pretty good compared to last year anyway. It's pretty good. And I'm the kind of person that really does like the small things, like the small things that like really make a big difference. In for a penny, out for a pound. With that said and done, right? I want to make more progress with this YouTube channel. So in the future, I plan to do it for next year anyway. I want to try new things, and I'm gonna say I could do this just so that there's no empty promises. So I want to try to do like a Discord server, for example, in the future. I think that would be pretty cool, especially if I set my own events, especially if I make server games, and then especially if I make my own competition, which may be pretty cool. I just like that kind of thing. I'm really interested and keen on maybe trying out. I could, I mean, maybe in the future I might go into another platform, maybe like Twitch, stream over there. That might be cool. That might be interesting. But yeah, just try new things like that regarding YouTube and kind of just like go into it and play around and whatnot. And to also address like the previous last year's final video, if that makes sense. Which, by the way, I highly suggest for you guys to go look at it because it basically talks about me, what I've been through, what I've seen, my goals in life. Which if you guys want to know more about me and are interested, go check that video out. But to basically address that, I'm just gonna take a few minutes to basically just address it. So, what I've did in this year, I've done so much. I've done so much, and I've experienced so much, and I've understood such an invaluable amount of information about myself that is literally worth its weight in gold. Like honestly, it has been such an experience to myself where like, for example, finding out that I have ADHD and dyslexia, that alone is so good. It's so good because like when I looked at it, when I like really critiqued it a lot, and like I try to find out like, oh yeah, I really do fit into this category, and like I really looked at it, and then I really looked at how I react in certain situations, and then I reflect back, you know, 10 years ago, like, but look back like, oh, how I reacted in this situation, what did I do in this situation, and then 5 years, or like how did I do this, how did I do that, like, how do I act like compared to like anyone else, and you know, it's just like that, and getting to know that and getting to know the kind of certain information to use. Wait, is it fixated on me? It is fixated on me. I didn't even mean to do that. I know. Wait. Okay. Knowing the kind of information to like actually use that normally helps someone that has dyslexia or has ADHD is just so much more better. And because of that help and because of what I apply it to things in the real world or in certain situations I get into or something that I get into in a typical thing or just day-to-day activities, it just helps me out so much more. It's just life-changing. Honestly, it's life-changing, and I'm just so happy about that. And I guess that's the like main highlight for this year, honestly, is because of that as well. It's just ah, I love it. Honestly, I love it so much. Anyway, another thing, I said I want to make two businesses so far. And the first business kind of failed, and I'll explain why. And the second business is a work in progress, but I'll tell you guys a little bit in detail. Not too much detail because I don't really want to introduce it into this video. I mostly just want to use this YouTube channel just for making content, as I said, because I quite like making it. But maybe in the future, who knows? We'll see. But the first business that I tried to make, I actually joined into this entrepreneurship competition where I worked with a specialist regarding the field that I was in, and I was getting into the entry of the semifinals, but I failed, and then after a little bit, I decided to step back a bit and then try to innovate different kinds of ways that I can apply a product. I'm not gonna talk about the product because mostly because I don't want the idea to be taken, and also I want to get a patent for it maybe in the future, but I'm gonna have to see. But I'm gonna see if I can get different iterations of it, different things about it, and kind of test it out. Maybe in the future, who knows? I still have all the information regarding the product anyway, so that could be a good thing. And to also talk about the second business, right? In summary, I'm just trying to do dropshipping. It's an interesting business model I found, and I did a lot of research behind it, and I'm looking at different kinds of tools of research that I can subscribe into or do a subscription service into, and I'm trying to see what connectivity platforms I can have in between and to use for eBay, Amazon, Shopify, blah, 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 blah. And with my amazing, handsome nature, I can pretty much be really good at networking. So this is a new thing I'm trying to go into that I nearly went into for, before the end of this year. And so far it's okay-ish. But yeah, that's all I want to really talk about it. Maybe I'll introduce it more in the future. Maybe I might introduce links in the bottom that you guys can maybe buy if you're interested in the product. That might be pretty cool. But yeah. No, that's it, really. That's honestly pretty much it. I there's a lot of personal things that I don't really want to discuss, but those are the main highlights, the main key highlights to really like talk about me. And it's great. Honestly, it's fantastic. And I'm so happy I've came this far into, the certain difficulties that I have and the certain people that I've met and the experience that I went to that befell onto me, and I'm so happy that I've been able to make a fantastic lifestyle for myself it went to a point where I'm just healthy. I don't. Is that weird? Is that weird to say? I don't really know. I mean, maybe I may make a podcast in the future to really go into detail of the certain aspects of different, life points I've had, because I haven't really had the best hand ever since I came into this world. But at the same time, it's like been fantastic. At the same time, it's just been amazing in certain aspects, in certain. Oh, what's I'm trying to think of poker terms now. Like, what's the suit? Yeah, like I've had good suits to be able to win the game, if that makes sense. But yeah, no, that's yeah, no. Honestly, it's just like to sum it up, and to sum up this whole thing, to sum up this video. I've had a fantastic time, and a little points on the next year anyway. See if I can develop my business more. See how that is. If that fails, of course, try again. Always try and try again, over and over again. No matter how many times you fail, try, 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 try. Because if you don't try, then that's 100% that you're gonna fail. But if you do try, then at least that, even though you will have areas of failure, you might have a chance to succeed, which is, pretty good. And I'll have to see how, all those approaches to different things, approaches to different problems will be in the future. But I'll see how that goes. And is there anything else I want to talk about? I don't know. I'm sorry. I get like this sometimes whenever like I'm really pumped, because like it's the new year as well, and like traditionally with my family anyway, I have like a New Year's celebration. Basically, we make this like small part, like medium smallish party, and we get together and we have barbecue or maybe have a different kind of food, and then we kind of just celebrate with each other, have quality time, that kind of thing. And am I really missing it? No, I don't think I'm missing anything. Nah, nah, nah. Yeah. With that said and done, right? I hope you guys have a fantastic, fantastic New Year celebration. I know for sure that this year is gonna be pretty good. Of course, there's gonna be stress. Of course, there's gonna be anxiousness. Of course, you're gonna feel different kinds of emotions. Most likely, they might be lost. There might be celebration. There might be happiness. There might be excitement. There might be sadness. But at the same time, you know what? We're all here. We're all together. As long as there's socialization going on, as long as you're talking to the people that are very close to you, it should be pretty nice for the new year anyway, and also for next year, and the next one too. So, with that said and done, thank you very much for coming to this episode. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Be sure to also subscribe. Maybe I could have another almost 500, 500, I hope so, 300% increase on my subscriber count, which would be really, really good, by the way, for me. With that said and done, guys, as always, is my favorite thing to say, and will always be my favorite thing to say. Take care of yourself.